Woyome simply won't go away because Waterville has come back with a press conference and all of us have been dragged back to the basics. Tonight, we are looking at Woyome, Waterville, timeline, and what is happening. You know now the new word the NDC has is unprecedented. Fifi Kwete had an unprecedented attempt to propagandize his record, failed miserably. And His Excellency the President in America, and on his return trip home, believes he has unprecedented achievements in the economy, energy, education, and infrastructure. What he forgot to tell us was the unprecedented gargantuan corruption, which is yet to be solved. He hasn't told the world about that. But clearly, the cover-up is still on course, because the abuse of institutional credibility exhibited in the admission of the mistake in the Auditor General's report is yet to be queried effectively in public discourse. Not to talk about the fact that the presidential orders, so-called presidential orders, to stop payment twice, as given out by the Yoko report, is also yet to be interrogated closely and effectively. Exactly when did the president know about the payments? Exactly when did he attempt to stop them? Why did he attempt to stop them? And if he was disobeyed, what did he do about those who disobeyed his orders to stop the payments? These are all matters that need to be interrogated. Meanwhile, Woyome is yet to be charged formally, even though he's been arrested and taken to court. He's yet to be charged. All the NDC politicians involved are still walking free, but some public servants have been picked up. Into the soup of uncertainty, whilst we all wait and time is ticking, walks Waterville and comes to complicate matters entirely. Tonight, we want to find out if we can unravel what is going on with Waterville. With me, my own uncle, Kwabena Sapong, who's a member of the MPP communications team. Kwabena?
Yeah, why?
I'm tempted to sing the song, but tonight I'm not in top shape. Should have eaten a couple of bananas. Woyome, woyome,
Woyome, woyome,
woyome, woyome, gargantua, wanchendi. You're welcome.
Yenchendi said. It has never, it's unprecedented. The president has said it.
Unprecedented.
When the man says, I've done things, my administration is unprecedented.
Yes.
Why would you doubt him?
Yes.
Tell me which government in our 55-year history has had a budgetary item for judgment debt?
Unprecedented.
Nobody, except JEA Mills. So when the guy tells you that his administration, the things is done, is unprecedented, he's goddamn right.
Well, unprecedented means unique, never ever seen before.
Nobody ever thought that we would come to this stage. Nobody. Over $400 million. Amount of money that can do 5 times the road that
Millennium Challenge
Millennium Challenge account did, from Tetekwashe to Malam. The money that Mills has thrown away can do 5 of those roads.
Suhum is virtually impassable. You can't go to Kumasi through Suhum.
And yet still, this is the guy who came to office and told you and I, he has no money. John Kufuor, okay? Kufuor gave him no money, left him no money to run the administration of this country. And yet still, in his first year of administration, before the oil came on stream, this is what a lot of people don't know. Before the oil came on stream, JEA Mills found money to pay to Wyoming.
Judgment debts.
Pay judgment debt. He found it. So is it not unprecedented?
It is truly unprecedented. Truly unprecedented.
You don't have to argue with this guy at all.
Truly unprecedented. the level of waste, fraud, and abuse
and corruption,
conflicts of interest all over the place. In his absence in America, since he came, he may not be aware, but the purchase of atlases in contention, not to talk about the fact that construction of 6 classroom block has moved officially from 72,000 cedis to 325,000 cedis.
Almost 5 times.
Yes.
And this is an era where inflation has gone from 18 to 8%.
That's right.
And so when Mills tells you that this has never happened in the whole wide world.
It's unprecedented.
It's unprecedented. You don't have a single-digit inflation, and your prices increases in multiples. It doesn't happen anywhere in this world. So when Mills says that his administration is unprecedented, he's goddamn right. And we must applaud him for being honest, at least once.
But he didn't acknowledge it to the world. He's not acknowledging that part of it to the world. Oh my God, we should applaud him for the unprecedented presiding over conflicts of interest and corruption. But he himself hasn't admitted that to the world. He only talks about the economy generally.
No, I think that's what he meant. Because all those things he said, every government in Ghana has done it. You talk of what? Schools under trees? This is Andy MPP report for Get Fund.
On schools under trees.
Schools under trees is here. Get Fund MPP's report. 208. Please, can you zoom it so that the viewers can see? I want them to see. Here, it is. Schools under trees. If you can zoom it for them to see it, I'll appreciate it. All right? School uniforms, we've been giving school uniforms since Independence Day. Free exercise books we've given. But it is part of our life. That's why no government has made it an issue. It's only an incompetent government who will make something that everybody else has done an issue.
That's why it's unprecedented.
That's why I'm saying for once, he's been honest. To tell us the incompetence, to tell us that he is once and for all known that he's very incompetent. Because the unprecedented can never be due to those things he said. Because those things he said have been done by every government. Even a champion who was shot. A champion builds dancer man.
Yes.
A champion built Bokrom in Kumasi. So what has J.E.M. Mills done that no government has done? I want anybody to get up here, call in and tell me anything that J.E.M. Mills has done within these 3 years that no government has done. That is what means unprecedented.
He has paid judgment.
But not when you come and I have school feeding and you continue it, you say it's unprecedented. When you come and I start schools under trees, to remove them, and you continue, you say unprecedented. When you come and we started rural electrification, and you continue, you say it's unprecedented. You see what I'm saying? So the only thing that is unprecedented are those things that have never happened in anybody's administration.
The judgment debts.
The judgment debts, the corruption. There is nowhere in our history where a leader has been told your minister has abused his office by using the state's funds to take his girlfriend outside the country, and the president stays up and says, oh, don't worry, everybody does it.
Indiscretion.
Indiscretion. And then those who reported that minister to you, you fired him. Has anybody done this before?
No. It's unprecedented.
Since Kwame Nkrumah, those of you who were not in England, I've not been in Ghana for all the Fourth Republic. So maybe J.J. Rawlings did it. I don't know. But if J.J. Rawlings did it, I want somebody to tell me. So when Mills is talking of unprecedented government, he means those things that nobody has done. Period. You cannot talk about anything more other than that.
For Governor, is that?
Let me tell you once again. Look at this Woyome thing. You said that the government should not pay, the people should not pay, which means you know it's wrong.
Yes.
This Attorney General is sitting there and telling you, no, we don't have a case. He stays in power. The officer who wrote and told you that we don't have a case, the man himself, listen, Woyome himself.
Yes.
I got to repeat this. Please listen to me very carefully. At times, I'm tempted to say that Woyome should be allowed to go free.
Tell us. Explain it to us.
I'll explain to you. Woyome went to the government and said, I have done A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and all those J's. He never said once that I have a contract with the government. He never. He even went to the extent of saying that he, Woyome, signed a contract with Astro Invest. That Astro Invest should fund him money that he, Woyome, for businesses that he, Woyome, will procure. That was a contract between Woyome and Astro Invest. That's what Woyome said. All right? Woyome told you that. And you as a government say, I'll pay 1% to Woyome, I'll pay 11 million euros to Woyome.
The business he did with an entity.
Somebody. So why would you blame Woyome? Woyome came in, he never told you he has a contract with the government of Ghana. In his writing, he never said it. In his speech, he never said it. He even went and said he has no contract with the government of Ghana. He has said it. But J.E.A. Mills and Betty Molidrisu and Solicitor Secretary, that woman, it pains me. And that state attorney say Woyome has a contract. And then they went ahead and paid him the money. How the hell can you blame Woyome?
That's an interesting point to take our first break. How the hell? This is a new angle. You blame Woyome when the government itself calls him in and decides to create a contract with him when he himself has denied having a contract with the government. And the very people who engineered to pay him the money are still free. Waterville as well. The convoluted issues to do with the Woyome payments linked to Waterville as well gets complicated by the day. Initially, His Excellency the President promised that he was going to investigate all dubious judgment debts, all some 640 million of that. As we speak, that order seems to have disappeared into thin air because the revelations from the Woyome Waterville situation appears to have swamped the original intention to investigate the entire 640 million. Snippets are coming out about CP and other ones. But for now, tonight, can we attempt to unravel the linkages between Woyome and Waterville and whether or not indeed Waterville ought to have walked away with 25 million euros of our money, Ghana's money, in this matrix of judgment debt payments, dubious judgment debt payments. Not forgetting that, serious as it is, Woyome is still out there. The government clearly doesn't appear to be moving fast enough, as a citizen vigilante former Attorney General has stated, and the former General Secretary of the NDC has also gone on record to state that the prosecution appears to be slow. So where are we headed? Is the cover-up still in operation? But let us see whether we can unravel Waterville.
See, yeah, before we unravel Waterville, let me say one thing, that what the government is doing, the prosecution, is in line with their plan. You see, I, Kwabena Sapor, I personally think it is J.E.A. Mills, Betty Molidrisu, who should be charged and not Woyome for fraud against the state. Because listen to let me read to you the letter that Betty Moldusu wrote to Comrade Dufour asking Comrade Dufour to pay the money. This letter is dated on 28 May 2010. You will recall that I advised then that the claim for 2% of the total value of the project that Woyome and Astro invest. Ask Woyome and Astro invest.
Yes.
Whilst Woyome has told you that he has no contract with government.
Yes.
He has told you that it is he and Astro Invest who have a contract.
Yes.
Should be paid, was in order. All right? Having regard to the breach of the agreement by the government of Ghana.
Was there an agreement?
So who should you be charged with fraud? Is it the one who gave this decision for the money to be paid? Or the one who presented you with a document? That document he presented you is valid. It is not an illegal document. The Ajimamenu letter is valid. The concurrent approval is valid. And you make your decision based on these two documentation, and you go and charge Woyome with fraud. We, rather the people of Ghana, should charge Betty Moldusu and her colleagues with fraud, because it is based on that this letter that Betty Moldusu in her first statement said that he has been let down by the government.
They didn't protect her.
The government did not protect her. Why would Betty Moldusu say that? This is because every letter she wrote, she gave a copy to J.E. Mills. Kwabena Dufour told J.E. Mills before he paid that money. He did. Kwabena Dufour told J.E. Mills before he paid that money.
He couldn't have, otherwise he couldn't have paid that much money.
Which manager in this world will get a suit against his company and he will not tell his board, his or her board? In this case, the board of Ghana is J.E. Mills. And the management is Betty and Kwabena Dufour. They get a suit against Ghana and they will not tell the head of state. You got to be out of your mind to think that. Now let me come to this Waterville. Waterville also comes in and muddies the waters. They did more harm than good to their press conference. The first two statements of their letter is complete lies. In the first place, please, the people of Ghana, listen and listen clearly. Waterville never took part in the tendering process that resulted in the concurrent approval. Waterville was not a bidder. So he couldn't have won any contract on an internationally competitive contract. He did not take part. So how could he have won? That's the first lie. The second lie, he said that 2 contracts was given to him and then taken away and given to the Chinese. That is also a lie.
Yeah.
So the lawyer who wrote this, I don't blame him. He's putting up his case.
Well, he's acting under instructions.
That's right. I have to tell you, it's up to you to take it or reject. Just like Woyome sent his documents and say, hey, I think that the whole government owes me. And listen, one thing more. When this guy said, Nadu Mills has got 5 million, me, Kwabena Sarpong, I can sit down here and infer that it is possible that Nadu Mills got that money.
It is possible.
It is. And it's more likely that he will get it. She'll get it. You know why? Do you want me to proceed on that?
Let me hear you.
Okay. Wyoming, in a pre-court arrangement or meeting, told Betty Moldusu that the government owes him only 6 million euros.
Yes.
6. And Betty Moldusu told Wyoming, go and put this demand on paper. Wyoming goes, comes back, and say, oh, wait a minute, the government doesn't owe me 6, the government owes me 22. 22 million euros. And Betty Meldusi say, oh, I'll pay you, don't worry. 22, that's good, it's plenty of money. You see what I'm saying? So is it strange that those who cooked the whole thing, if the state attorney's wife got 400,000, how much more the wife of the president, the wife of the board chairman? The money is now being given to wives and not the players. You think Wyoming is a fool? So it's very possible, if these guys are saying it is not true, all right, let them go and publish the account into which the monies were transferred. These monies were not transferred into Communal Dufour's bank account, a bank, as some people are saying. The monies never went to Communal Dufour's account, bank. The monies went to ADB, and these account numbers are here. 116100009158 ADB House, Accra. That is where all the 3 transactions went. So if, listen, Yoko and National Security, if they think find out the true beneficiary, if they want to find out that the woman did not get that money, let them publish all the transactions on this account starting from 8th April 2011.
2011.
No, not 2011. They started from no, this is 27 January. The first one was 2010 in the first one in September 6. Yeah, 22nd September, the same account, 11610509158 ADB House, Accra. All the 4 transactions went into this account at ADB. It didn't go to Communal Dufour's bank. So if those guys think Nadu Mills did not take this money and they are honest with the people of Ghana, let them publish the transactions on this account. Let them publish it. If not, and the man came in and he said you owe 6 million, you want to bring a bill for 22 million.
Later shot up to 44.
And you did not, at that time, if it was not a plan to steal the country's money, Betty Molidrisu, if it were her own money, would she not have asked, please, you said I owe you 6 million. Why are you giving me a bill for 22?
Yes.
Would she not have asked?
She would have asked.
But this one, she did not.
No.
She gladly created the reason and paid that money.
Yes.
With the support of J.E.A. Mills. So if the state attorney's wife has gotten 400,000 and it was a business loan, what is wrong with giving a business loan of $5 million to the wife of the president, who is the chairman of the board, who approves the thing? Then you go and arrest or Osu Bempa. That's abuse of office there. But Waterville here, Wabi, it's a complete lie. So let me explain the whole process. This Waterville, Wyoming, and Obiamwa and the rest. You see, the process is this. Can 208, we went to an international tender, all right, for 5 projects. And this tender was went in by Waterville, Vamed, and Empower Park.
As one of the bidders.
As one of the bidders. The process was terminated before an award was given.
Yes.
And it is legal to do that. I've explained it here before, so I don't have to go in.
Yes.
It's legal.
Under the procurement.
Under the procurement law.
Law, yes.
Okay? And this man, a lawyer, is telling us that we have broken the procurement law of Ghana. If you are my lawyer and you are not intentionally doing that, I'll fire you. Because I'll say that you are nothing more than a class 1 lawyer. That is why it hurts me that the Solicitor Secretary, a lady that I respect, would take the position that concurrent approval is a contract. Madam, if that is what you are saying, and we are paying you with our money, I'm sorry. Do this country a favor and resign from your position. Because we don't know how many dangerous decisions you will make for us to go and pay money. You should resign from your position. Because most of these claims, go under civil cases. And the Solicitor Secretary is acting on our behalf on civil matters. So if this simple thing, that a class 1 law student, first year law student, knows that a concurrent approval is not a contract. It does not even give you a right to a contract. That's the most respected legal brain for the country and for the government and the country says that no, it is. And we are paying her. That woman must resign her post.
Okay, you are looking at their statement.
Okay, yes. In item 2 of their statement, it said, in spite of Waterville being given approval for the award of all 5 stadia contracts, this statement is a complete lie.
Waterville was not.
Waterville was not a bidder, and nobody was awarded 5 contracts. No. Vamed, which did the tender, was shortlisted for 2. And nobody was given it. Vamed was not even given an award. So that process was terminated.
Yes. By law.
By law. Under the procurement law, we could terminate it, and we did terminate it.
Yes.
Legally.
Yes.
And the law even said that when we terminate it, we don't have to give you a reason for termination.
Yes.
2, we don't bear any liability for termination.
That's right.
So that one closed. So when the process was terminated, we still have to do the project. So we went first. We went into another procurement under sole sourcing and gave Sekendi and Tamale to the Chinese. Then we are left with Accra, Kumasi, and Airwork. We went to another procurement process, sole sourcing, and gave it to Waterville. Period. So that's what happened. This is where Waterville comes in. So it is not that the procurement, Waterville got the contract and we terminated it. No. Please, let's accept it.
Yes.
Now, the contract, when we gave that to the Chinese, we are left with Accra, Kumasi, and Airwork, and we went to another sole sourcing. But please don't forget, it was sole sourcing.
Yes. Allowed
under the procurement law.
Yes.
And gave the contract, that is the contract works, to Waterville.
Yes.
Okay? First, we signed an MOU with Waterville in November of 2005. And gave them, it's about a 30-page MOU, telling them everything that we want to do. Because Waterville has told us, at that time, they have told us that they can find money for the stadium, to do the 3 stadium. So we gave it to them and said, go and find money for us. And when you find money, this is the work we will allow you to do. Okay? So, in December, somewhere in December, Waterville wrote back and requested that the process is being delayed. And because we need the stadium on time, there was a time bound on it, we should allow them
to go on site.
So Osafo Mafu gave the go-ahead through OB Amwa to go on site. So they move on site. Then we prepare a contract and sign with them in April of 2006. And in that contract, we told them that this contract we have signed, there are 8 conditions. If any of these 8 conditions does not happen, we don't have a contract. They signed, and Ghana signed. Under this condition, 8, if time will permit me, I can read all the 8 conditions.
You can,
but one of the most important conditions under Article 17(1) of the contract was that cabinet should approve the contract for us to take it to parliament to get an approval. So the contract, the order was given, the work, the right to go to site and start working was given in November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 10 months after we've asked these guys to go and work, they have not brought the money they said they were going to bring. Because we've given the job to them on condition that they will bring external funding.
Yes.
That is why it has to go to Parliament for approval.
That's right.
Because it's an external funded project.
Yes.
So 10 months. And we told them, one thing, this is very important. We told them that the money that you are going to bring, if the money is ready, let the escrow bank inform the contractors who are Mikeloti and Konsa that the money is available. Please listen. The money must go into an escrow account and let the escrow bank, this money is not even being controlled by Bank of Ghana, by the government of Ghana. No. Let the escrow bank inform the contractors, Mikeloti and the Konsa, that the money is available. It's at the bank. The money has been deposited with them. So 10 months after we've given you this contract, you came back asking that the government should allow you to go and the government should go and borrow money from merchant bank,
which is not
for you to do the job. Tio, government should go and borrow. Not that we should give you a comfort letter to enable you to go and borrow, but rather government should go and borrow. So government say, you are going to bring money. 10 months after we gave you this job, the money is not there. Now you want us to go and borrow money for you to go and do the job? Oh, my friend. If we can do that, then why don't we take the money ourselves? So Joe Gate wrote you a nice letter and said that since you have not brought the money,
yes,
cabinet has not approved your project, the contract.
That's right.
And since cabinet has not approved, parliament cannot approve. So for this reason, the contract has no effective date.
So though a contract has been signed,
yes,
it is not effective.
It is not effective
until those conditions are met. And those conditions were never met.
Those conditions
for 10 months, the key condition of bringing in money was never met. Rather, they came back and said, government of Ghana should give them money, which is a total departure from the contract.
Yes. Joe Gate, there's the letter. The Gate letter was dated August 1st, 2006. Yes. We serve you notice, and notice is hereby given that since the contract did not receive approval from cabinet, in accordance with clause 17 of the contract, the contracts have never become effective.
And this is where they went to trigger a mediation clause.
With this one, they went for mediation.
And got $25 million.
And got $25 million. Why can we not charge Waterville with fraud?
Amazing.
Why can we not charge Waterville with fraud?
They have the gall to come and stand in public and say that they deserve that money.
Yes. They have the guts to come and tell us that they deserve that money. And now, listen. After this contract, which never was, they then rightfully wrote and said, we've done some jobs.
Because they moved on site.
They moved on site.
To preempt the timeline.
That's right. You've done well. So, one, we accept the cancellation because of the nature of the work. They wrote to accept it. But the work that we have done, we should be paid. The work that we have done should be paid.
Yes.
So the government set up a team, evaluated the team, the work, $20 million or something. All right? And said, This is what the consultant has done, and they accepted it too. And this one even includes money for external works. External efforts. Includes almost $2 million for external efforts. I have the letter. If time permits me, I'll read it.
I'm tempted to think that if the people who approve these payments knew that it would blow up, they wouldn't have gone this way. Because come to think of it, if these payments were made to Consa and Micheletti, and they duly, per the former chief of staff's letter, offset the balances to Waterville. What motivated Waterville to try and come back and claim that money again?
It's greed. It's corruption. You see, listen, the reason why I'll say that is this. When Waterville and Wyoming were fighting, Wyoming telling the government that Waterville has been paid.
Yes.
Listen, oh.
Yes.
And Waterville telling the government that Wyoming too has been paid. The two of them came together and put in a claim. And Waterville even gave Wyoming a letter. Now, no, Wyoming he did some financial engineering, so he's making a claim for financial engineering. He did financial engineering for who? You see, so since it was a clique,
yes,
and Wyoming was the center man, all right, they satisfied him.
Yes.
So you satisfy me, and you can bring yours on board, and we're going to go do it. And they went and took lawyer no.
Yeah, for the
yes,
settlement, the arbitration.
Yes, I wouldn't say whether he's an NDC man, but he's a professional lawyer.
According to the press conference, he was the choice of the Attorney General.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The Attorney General, all right?
Arbitrator, yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I don't know how much he was paid for this kind of work. I don't know if they gave all this documentation. I don't know whether they gave Kodumpiani's letter, Joe Gadi's letter. You see what I'm saying? To him. And see, these guys are criminals and they had intent to steal. They can give him documents that will let him make that recommendation. All right? And if you ask him now,
let me take
he will tell you that the government had no business taking his advice.
Hello, Osman.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Osman Konko now, calling from Zongo Youth, Bolga.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would like to talk about the president, unprecedented involvement, talk about his winning second time. We have a little problem with what he says. You know, the president always says something that is not true. You imagine, the president came to Calvert at the address of State of the Nation address that Ghana to win 2 medals, the highest medal in the Olympic Games, which is not true. In 1976, under Champo regime, we won 7 medals. 2003, in Ghana Kufuor regime, we win 24. And 2007, even in Nigeria, all years, we win 23 medals. So if such a president can tell the whole nation on this issue that Ghana has win 14 medals, the highest medal, this is not true. This is a lie. We can say like this is not untrue. So such a president will come today and say that what he has done for this country is unprecedented. So Ghanaians are waiting to see. And let me tell you, under the NPP first 4 years, we have developed 4,300 feeder roads, rehabilitation, 3,900 trunk roads, that's highways, and 599 electricity connected to the rural communities under the NPP. About 1,100 KVIP built under Kufuor in the first 4 years. And Ghanaians voted for NPP the second time because of they have saw what NPP has done. For example, Upper East here, NPP have, within 4 years, we put 98 schools in the Upper East region, 37 kilometers of tie roads in the Upper East, first 4 years. Ghanaians saw all this and they voted for NPP for the second time. So what ministers say is just for political propaganda, you know. So this is what little we have. So we inform the public what Kufuor has done and what NPP has done first 4 years. That's why Ghanaians vote for NPP for the second time.
Thank you very much. Ketikrachi, do I still have my call?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Bobby.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, how's life?
I'm fine. And you?
Yeah, I've been trying, and I want to talk about certain things. When NDC gets at any time, they are priding themselves of single-digit inflation. When NDP took over in 2000, inflation was 42%. And over the 8 years, it came down to 18%. It means it dropped by 24% over the 8-year period.
It even dropped at some stage below 10.
In 2009, are you hearing me?
Yes.
When they took over in 2009, it was 18%. It is now 8%. So what percentage drop did it? What percentage drop happened? It is 10%. 10%. So if you divide the 24% over the 8 years by 2 times, it means NPP dropped 12% the first period of the second, then 12% the second term. So we dropped inflation by 12% a 4-year 10. So what are you saying? Then two, I heard them on one of the networks today talking about a building of expansion of secondary schools and what have you. They built how many secondary schools over? My hometown in the Karachi, the infrastructure expansion in the Karachi secondary school alone could have established 2 fresh secondary schools. NPP administration believes in sustainable development. It's not about this political, trying to satisfy unnecessary political talks. You know, we want to expand all the existing secondary schools to be able to accommodate a lot, not about just bringing them up and not, sustaining them. Talk about health insurance. When they get up, they want to be proud about the insurance that these people did. Catholic Church did at Nkranza. It was the Catholic Church which did it for the membership of the Catholic Church. And good, MPP found something sensible in it and nationalized it.
Yes.
So they cannot say that since it happened, the Catholic did it in their time.
They've even collapsed it.
It is not part of their policy.
I have Michael from Elubo as well. Let me listen to Michael too. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, sir, Michael.
Yeah, can I even speak to you a little?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, the ambassador can say, Woyome Atemno, the multi TV assist, Ubia to Ghana. And the Cameron Quanta, your president, and before Woman Yabuso, they have a problem to a little had Jomoro district. And he said, the president just project. And this is what Fakudi and Afakudi are so other projects here. Then Jomoro. The new Jimmy Hour, Apakubi. Namia do Mama, you took the message. I'm told that in quite a lemble. Fine, a lemble is your good appeal. Boys, you and your this deputy minister for reference energy. I'm a Kutubua. Why you all kinds of means? And I'm a Kukula, and then put the police rap a lemble. You see, I'll be comforted by 2 lemble of Bronte. Sir. I when your friend you know how you and Jama Kubu, you mammy free tomorrow. Your mammy, I won't free tomorrow. But the way to fire, I must hear before the shame. Now, my tell you, tomorrow for your 10 million, sir, you don't feel a blessing. I feel with your crazy before a baby and this is personal. And a little on your family. To the time of some here, but you some here but 2 years can see your pet and a class and my way just well, it's a man you can or not one who meet and the wrong wagon. Only the Mafanka who was the bro, it's only wagon. So, you see, why am I going to meet that? Everyone, and to the time, only I think almost some of the bag from yes. You can until the after I have done before the month, a kind of bag left you.
I've lost Michael. I'll try and translate what he said. Do I have Isaac?
Yeah, this Admuda, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Admuda calling from Wa.
Yes, sir.
I'm grateful for this opportunity. I want to thank you and Wapaya for the good work you are doing. Massive education for the people of Ghana, free of charge, and that is good of you. Keep it up. Let me go to the president saying that he has stopped unprecedented success or whatever. Is it the civil unrest of workers all over, strikes here and there, massive road carnage, massive armed robbery, Fulani attacks everywhere that he calls achievement unprecedented. Teachers going on strike everywhere now and then. all these things, massive executive corruption, which he is presiding over, that he is calling a better Ghana agenda, he has that unprecedented, massive price increases in every commodity you take daily, even to the extent of some increasing by 600%, 700% under 3 years. That is unprecedented.
That is truly unprecedented. Michael from Elobo in Jomro contends that the Deputy Minister of Energy, Ama Kofi-Bua, whose mother happens to be from Jomro, initially planned that the gas plant would be located there, but then they have taken a new decision and are politically taking a decision to shift it away to Elenble, where there is gold and therefore employment in mining gold, but there's nothing in Jomro to do. Meanwhile, they've lost their farms, their plantations. So that was what he was going on about. But tonight, Ogobra, yes, I can afford you just 30 seconds to wrap this up. Waterville having brought themselves back into the public domain.
Well, what it means is that Waterville has put themselves more into trouble now, because Yoko will have to contact mutual aid if they haven't done that. And with this information, if Yoko doesn't have information that Waterville's contract was terminated, and it is a contract which never came into effect, and therefore there was no contract. Okay. Okay. Legally, that's what somebody will say. Okay. But from my layman's point of view, yes, we signed a document. Yes. And that document never came to effect. So I'll call it a contract which was legally terminated. It came to an end. That one too is now available as public information.
And we can all assess whether or not, yes, Waterville deserved to be paid 25 million euros of Ghana's money. Mr. President, the duty, the responsibility is piling up. The timeline is ticking away. One cannot wait any longer. You have to demonstrate that indeed you are on top of these issues, because let's not assume that Ghanaians forget that corruption is noisy in election years and it goes away. This is extremely reflective of weak leadership, it's extremely reflective of incompetence, and it is very, very unprecedented. The level of corruption we are seeing now is unprecedented. And I must say, Your Excellency, Mr. President, act, because the people of Ghana will act if you don't.
Please, Wadi, yes, it's very important. We are having load shedding now. Yes. Okay? Yes. We would like all Ghanaians to know that the load shedding is not lack of power capacity. We have enough capacity in the country to meet our demands.
What is the problem?
The problem is the government is not prepared to buy light crude oil and gas oil to feed the generators. We have the generators are sitting down. We have enough. We have more than 2,200 watts of installed power.
This government's economic management style is unprecedented. They only save money and spend it on themselves. They never invest, yes, their money in productive ventures.